In fact, you need the rain to grow. You don't get the blooming without the storming. See, it is only the rain. There is wisdom in between raindrops. The rain transitions us from going from seed form to crop maturity. Everybody wants the crop maturity, but then we don't want the rain. The flowers would tell you the rain was necessary. This is what you need to shift from seed form to crop maturity. I want you to see how this pine cone is about to preach to us. This pine cone has a force on the inside of it. I want you to see it. I want you to see it. This pine cone has a forest filled with pine trees in it, filled with it. That is on the inside of this the whole time. The whole time, all of that is on the inside of this. Now, I want to brag on my God and show you the brilliance of God. This pine cone, when it experiences a wrong atmosphere that's cold, it will close up. I want you to see this picture of a closed pine cone so that you can see I'm not up here just preaching my philosophy. This pine cone has enough sense to know certain atmospheres aren't conducive for what's on the inside of me. A pine cone. We are divinely made by God, and a pine cone has enough sense to know, protect myself. Pine cone. Watch this. When it's raining and it's humid and the wind is just right, then the pine cone will open up. It opens up the most in humidity. Research. I know we live in a generation. Let me Google, does a pine cone really close? Do it. They do. This is the reproductive organ of a pine tree. And it has enough sense to know when it's humid and when the wind is just right, drop to the ground because the atmosphere is conducive for what's on the inside of me to be fruitful and multiply. I had to wait to get my own relationship with the Lord. Y'all, a pine cone is preaching right now. Now, I want us to understand why certain attacks are so severe. If we could put the forest back on the screen for me. I want you to see this. The reason many times certain attacks and assaults seem so severe is because hell sees you from that level while you see yourself at this level. It doesn't make sense, all of the stuff you're going through, when you view yourself at this level. But when you view yourself at that level, it makes sense why the enemy has been after you ever since you were in middle school when they introduced you to weed. Ever since your stepfather said, come on, let's have tickle time, and he molested you. Ever since somebody introduced you to pornography. Now you can understand why does it seem my whole life the enemy's been after me. It's because he sees you as a forest while you see yourself as a pine cone. We need to switch the question. It's not what's wrong with me, but rather what's in me. What's in me that's terrifying hell this much, that it's attacking me this hard? It's because you're seeing yourself like this. When hell sees you like that, it goes the same thing with the kingdom. The reason God is talking to you to do something crazy that doesn't make sense is because he's talking to you from that level while you're still in this level. Let me give you a Bible. When you have wells that you did not dig, when you have vineyards that you did not plant, remember the Lord your God. He's telling the children of Israel that while they're in the wilderness, they haven't even walked into the promise. I'm speaking to you from the forest level, even when you're at the pine cone level. I just don't understand the things that God is telling me to do. Remember, he's the author and finisher of our faith, right? I want to give you some clarity. The reason certain things God tells you doesn't make sense, he's talking to you from here while you're in here. The reason he's telling you this relationship isn't God's will for me, this is not your husband, it's because he sees you from here while you're here. Oh, good, y'all. God, I don't know why God is telling me to just start saving, stop eating out, and start cooking. A lot of us are eating our wealth. Stop eating out. Chick-fil-A I love Chick-fil-A, but they're getting too much of your money. Why is he telling you to save more? It's because he's talking to you from here while you're here. He's the author and finisher of our faith. And the reason I get it, the reason why many of us have delayed obedience is because we keep seeing our life from here. Do this for here. But what about all of the stuff I did here? Hey, the blood covered that. You're not with Allstate, but you in good hands. They should have me on a commercial, huh? That's covered.